Here's what to do when a woman starts ignoring you. Stoicism. Stoic love. When a woman suddenly starts ignoring you, it can leave you perplexed. One moment, she's responsive, engaged, and perhaps even showing interest. And the next, there's nothing. No replies. No enthusiasm. Just silence. It's easy to overthink and become frustrated, but before jumping to conclusions, let's take a step back. Welcome to Man of Wisdom, where we delve into practical advice to help you navigate relationships with clarity and confidence. Today, we're addressing a situation that many men face. What to do when a woman starts ignoring you. Let's get straight to the point. When a woman pulls away, many men instinctively panic. They double text, obsess over every word and gesture, and even start chasing her, as though she's the only woman who matters. But here's the truth. Her silence is not the issue. How you respond to it is. Women don't ignore men who don't matter to them. Whether she's testing you, losing interest, or just going through her own things, one thing is certain. How you handle the situation will shape the outcome. Will you act desperate, proving you're just another option? Or will you stand strong, embodying the calm, confident presence of a high-value man? In reality, a woman's silence can be an opportunity. Your response can either make her regret pulling away or confirm that she was right to lose interest. The real question is, how will you handle the distance? Too many men think the key is to shower her with attention, but this is the worst thing you can do. When a woman feels you're too available, her interest wanes. It's simple psychology. People value what they have to earn. So, instead of chasing her, I'm offering you 7 powerful, Stoic-inspired actions to take control of the situation. These aren't passive-aggressive games. They're strategic steps that shift the dynamic in your favor, regardless of whether she returns. And trust me, if you handle this situation with poise, she'll soon start questioning why she ever ignored you in the first place. Remember this quote by Marcus Aurelius: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Your actions now will define the man you are. Now, let's jump into those 7 key actions you can take to handle this situation with the wisdom and strength of a Stoic. When a woman starts ignoring you, it's easy to assume she's just being difficult or playing games. But the reality is far more complex. Women don't simply ignore men for no reason. There's always something driving their behavior. Understanding why she's ignoring you is crucial, because it allows you to respond in a way that strengthens your position rather than weakens it. Here are the most common reasons a woman will suddenly go cold. 1. She feels smothered. At first, she might have enjoyed the attention, but over time, it started to feel overwhelming. If a woman senses that a man is always available, constantly checking in, or seeking reassurance, she may start to withdraw, even if she was initially interested. Too much attention can make her feel pressured or suffocated. Women are naturally drawn to men who have their own lives and purpose. If she starts to feel like she's the center of a man's world too soon, it can create discomfort instead of appreciation. She may begin to feel trapped, which can lead her to pull away and ignore him. 2. She's losing interest. Attraction isn't always permanent. A woman might start off interested, but as time goes on, that interest can fade. It could be because she no longer finds him exciting, the conversations have become repetitive, or she simply realizes that the connection isn't as strong as she thought. Sometimes women lose interest because they sense that a man is too eager to impress them, which can make him seem less desirable. Other times it's because they never felt a deep emotional or physical connection in the first place, and as the initial excitement wears off, they gradually disengage. When this happens, ignoring him is often her way of naturally letting things fade instead of having an uncomfortable conversation. 3. she's seeing someone else. Lastly, when a woman starts ignoring a man, one possibility that many men don't want to consider is that she has found someone else. Whether it's someone new she just met or an old connection rekindled, if she's giving her attention to another man, she may start to withdraw from others. Some women will slowly phase out a man by reducing communication rather than cutting things off directly. Others may still have some interest, but prioritize the new person over the previous one. If she was once responsive and engaging, but now suddenly distant, it's often because her attention is focused elsewhere and she no longer sees the same value in keeping the previous connection alive. All right, let's move on to what to do when a woman starts ignoring you. 1. Stop chasing her immediately. When a woman begins ignoring you, the first thing you should do is stop chasing her immediately. The greatest mistake many men make in this situation is to chase harder, desperately trying to regain her attention. The moment she pulls away, it's natural for many guys to panic and flood her with messages, asking if everything is okay or wondering if they did something wrong. However, this response only solidifies her power over you. As soon as a woman knows you're desperate for her attention, she loses respect for you. Women don't ignore men they consider high value. If she's ignoring you, it means she either believes you will wait for her, or she's testing your worth by seeing how much you care. The most dangerous thing you can do is prove her right by becoming needy. When a man continues to chase a woman who is pulling away, he starts to look weak. He demonstrates that his emotional state depends entirely on her response, and this makes him less attractive. A man who truly respects himself does not chase. Instead, he remains silent in the face of her absence, trusting that if she values him, she will reach out. If she doesn't, then it was never meant to be. The idea that trying harder will fix the situation is a common misconception. Men often think that if they send the right text, explain themselves, or prove their feelings, things will suddenly change. But that's not how attraction works. The more you chase when she's ignoring you, the less she values you. Ignoring someone is a form of power. When you respond by making more of an effort, you're sending the message that she has control over you. And once a woman feels like she has complete control, the excitement starts to fade. Attraction thrives on mystery and unpredictability. If she knows you will always be there no matter how she treats you, she will stop seeing you as someone worth pursuing. Moreover, chasing her tells her that you have nothing else going on in your life. A man who truly values himself wouldn't have time to sit around waiting for one woman's response. He would be too focused on his own growth, working on his goals, and living his life. There's a powerful example of a man who experienced this. He was seeing a woman, but suddenly, her replies began to slow down. Rather than panicking, he did nothing. He didn't send multiple texts or try to get her attention. Instead, he focused on himself, hitting the gym, working on his business, and enjoying his life. A week later, she reached out to him. Why? Because she noticed his absence. She realized that he wasn't chasing her, and this shift in behavior sparked her curiosity. When a woman ignores you, don't react emotionally. Instead, focus on your own growth. As soon as she realizes you're not chasing her, she'll start to wonder why. And that's when the power shifts back to you. Remember, as Marcus Aurelius once said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Shift your focus inward and take control of your own narrative. Let her absence be a reminder of your own worth, and don't let her behavior dictate your emotional state. When you stop chasing, you open the door for respect and genuine attraction to flourish. 2. Ignore her harder. When a woman starts ignoring you, Most guys think the best move is to ignore her back, assuming that'll make her forget about them. But that's not how attraction works. Women are drawn to men who don't seek validation and who can stay in control, no matter what. When she pulls back and you start chasing, you're telling her that her attention is what defines your worth. But if she ignores you, and you ignore her even harder, that's when she'll start questioning herself. Women often use ignoring as a test. They want to see how much control they have over you. The second you panic, double text, or act desperate, you're basically confirming that you need her more than she needs you. But when you match her silence, or better yet, extend it, you flip the power dynamic. She starts wondering why you're not reacting, why you're not chasing, and why you seem so unbothered. That's when you start creeping into her thoughts again. Ignoring her harder doesn't mean being childish or playing games. It means you're showing her, through your actions, that you're not the type of guy who waits around for anyone. No need to block her, post cryptic messages, or act bitter. You simply stop giving her attention altogether. If she wants to ignore you, that's exactly what she'll get. Total silence. 3. Raise your value overnight. When a woman begins to ignore you, it's often because she believes she holds the upper hand in the relationship. She sees herself as the one with more value, more options, and more control. The hard truth here is that when a woman feels she has the power, she'll pull away without hesitation, knowing you're not likely to leave. But here's where you must change the dynamic. Raise your value immediately. A woman doesn't ignore a man who is perceived as high status. No, she ignores the man who has been fully figured out, the one who no longer excites her, the one who doesn't push her to question his worth. So, if she's pulling away, it's a clear signal. She no longer sees you as a priority. The bitter reality? She won't see you as one until you force her to. Raising your value doesn't mean pretending to be someone you're not. It means making tangible, powerful shifts that change her perception of you. Women are naturally drawn to men who are constantly evolving, men who are ambitious, growing, and becoming better. This starts with the way you carry yourself. Confidence is far more than words. It's in the way you move, respond, and occupy your space. A man who exudes true confidence doesn't chase approval, doesn't over-explain, and certainly doesn't act desperate. He knows his worth. He knows he's the prize, and he acts accordingly. Next, take a hard look at your lifestyle. Women are attracted to men with ambition, men who have their own lives, their own goals. If you've been revolving around her, she'll lose interest quickly. But when she sees you too busy leveling up, pushing toward your goals, and surrounding yourself with stimulating people, she'll see you in a completely different light. Suddenly, you're not just another guy waiting for her to respond. You're someone she has to keep up with. Finally, there's your energy. Women can sense when a man has options. It's not about showing them off, but about the silent energy you project. When you start moving with the unspoken confidence of someone who could easily replace her, she'll feel it. Women want what other women want. When she senses you have other opportunities, her attitude shifts, her interest rises. The moment you stop trying so hard to impress her, and instead live like you are the prize, her need to ignore you will vanish. It's time to take that power. Take control of your life, and let her chase the man you're becoming. If you're ready to raise your value and take back control, drop a comment right now. I am the prize, and I'm unstoppable. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remind yourself, when you stop chasing, she starts chasing. 4. Flirt with other women. When a woman pulls away, the last thing you should do is chase after her or beg for her attention. Women thrive on competition and desire what others want. If she feels like you're easily available without putting in any effort, she'll quickly lose interest. But the moment she sees other women drawn to you, that's when her focus sharpens. Women are naturally inclined to pursue what seems rare and in demand. If she believes she's your only option, she'll feel secure and assume she has all the control. But when she observes other women responding to you, laughing at your jokes, engaging with you, her whole perspective changes. Why? Because she doesn't want to miss out. Engaging with other women isn't about stirring jealousy. It's about reinforcing your worth. A man with true value isn't desperate for validation from just one woman. He understands that attraction is rooted in status, and there's no quicker way to elevate your status in a woman's eyes than by showing her that others desire you. 5. Make her feel replaced. When a woman ignores you, she assumes she holds all the power. She thinks you're sitting there waiting for her response, hoping she'll come back. But the moment she feels like you've moved on without hesitation, everything changes. Women don't fear losing a man who waits around. They fear losing a man who replaces them effortlessly. Nothing shakes a woman's confidence more than realizing she's not as important as she thought. When she sees that you're unbothered, continuing to enjoy your life, and possibly even engaging with someone new, it forces her to question her own choices. Did she make the right move by pulling away? Was she wrong about you? Is she actually missing out? You don't have to fake anything. The goal isn't to put on a show just to get her attention. The goal is to actually fill your time with people and experiences that make you better. The more she sees that her absence didn't slow you down, the more she'll start wondering if she made a mistake. A woman ignores a man when she thinks she's in control. But when she starts noticing that he's no longer reacting, no longer checking in, and worse, seems completely fine without her, that's when things shift. Women want to feel chosen, but they also want to feel like they have to work for a man's attention. If she believes she can have you at any time, she won't value your presence. But if she senses she might have lost you, her emotions kick in. Do you agree with this view? If yes, comment 1. If no, comment 2. And I would love to hear your views. 6. Don't chase her. Make her chase you. Here's the thing. Chasing a woman is never the way to win her heart. When you chase her, you lower your value in her eyes. She sees your desperation and starts taking you for granted. The truth is, women respect men who have their own life, their own goals, and the strength to stand their ground. If you're constantly running after her, you're telling her that you're not in control of your own life, and that's a major turnoff. A high-value man doesn't need to beg for attention. He knows his worth, and he doesn't have to prove it. If she's interested, she'll come to you. If not, then move on. Let her see that you're not going to chase after her like a lost puppy. It's about holding your ground and letting her feel the loss of your presence. If she truly values you, she'll chase after you, not the other way around. Don't settle for being someone's second choice. Let her prove she wants you by putting in the effort. Make her earn it. 7. Own your value, no matter the outcome. Here's the undeniable fact. The man who knows his worth is a man who commands respect. Too many men fall into the trap of overvaluing someone who clearly doesn't share the same level of interest. They settle into a role of constantly seeking validation, hoping that one day their persistence will pay off. That's not strength, it's desperation. Women aren't drawn to desperation. They're drawn to men who stand firm in their own value, regardless of external approval. A woman will test you in countless ways, often through silence or distance, to measure whether you truly recognize your own worth. When you keep chasing, hoping for that moment she'll change her mind, you reveal your own insecurity. And when a woman sees that, your value in her eyes plummets. The most powerful thing you can do is remain unwavering in your sense of self. It's not about playing games or pretending. It's about knowing that if she doesn't see your worth, you're more than willing to walk away, no questions asked. This confidence is magnetic. Women want to be around men who won't settle for anything less than mutual respect. Too many men stay in unhealthy situations because they fear being alone, fear they won't find someone better, or fear that if they let go, they'll miss their chance. But fear never attracts anything of value. Women gravitate toward men who have already decided they are enough, with or without them. I've seen it before. A man, once deeply invested, watches a woman pull away. She starts canceling plans, offering fewer responses. Instead of chasing her, he steps back. No drama, no pleading. He simply lets her go. Weeks later, she's the one trying to reconnect, unsure of where he's gone. Why? Because his absence has made her realize his worth. So here's the truth. If a woman's silence speaks volumes, let it. Don't waste time doubting yourself, wondering what you did wrong. If she comes back, it's because she's recognized what she lost. But if she doesn't, consider it a blessing. The man who values himself doesn't wait around for someone who can't see his value. The lesson. If she's ignoring you, it's clear where you stand. Don't beg for attention. Don't try to convince her of your worth. Walk away with your head held high, because a man who is ready to lose her is the man she will never forget. The brutal truth. Women don't ignore men they truly desire. If she's ignoring you, she's either testing you, losing interest, or keeping you as an option while she entertains someone else. Either way, your best move is to walk away with your dignity intact. Most men don't have the strength to do this. They get emotionally attached to a woman who is already showing them she doesn't care, and instead of moving on, they sit there hoping she'll change her mind. That's weak, and a weak man will always get played. You have two choices. Be the man she easily forgets, or be the man she regrets losing. If you choose the first option, keep chasing her. Keep waiting for her response, and keep lowering your value in the process. If you choose the second, stop wasting your time and let her feel your absence. Because absence creates desire, clinginess creates disgust. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been ignored by a woman? How did you handle it? Drop a comment below. I'll be reading your experiences, and if you need a reality check, I'll be here to give it to you straight. Keep your head high, your heart steady, and never let anyone dim your light. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay unstoppable.